This is Jim Payton and his 1970 Cortina Lotus Mark II. But this Cortina Lotus is very special because it's one of only two that was specially designed for the Mid-Anglia police force and has 4 doors as opposed to the usual 2. So Jim, this is a very special classic. How on earth did you get hold of it?
By sheer luck, actually.
Right.
It was. It turned up on a trailer at our national rally, and the guy just pulled up, and I walked over and said, "Oh, you know, sort of." I had a look in it, and it's had all Lotus bits in it. I thought, oh, someone put Lotus bits in a 4-door. You know, it must be mad. And so I said to him, well, "How much do you want for it?" Basically, he said, "Oh, don't know." So I said, "Well, so I'll give you £100 for it." He said, "Oh, I don't know." He said, "Well, come back at the end of the day." So, fair enough. Walked back at the end of the day, and I said, "You know, well, you know, do you want to sell it or what? You know?" He said, "Yeah, all right." So he said, "Yeah, I'll give you." I said, "So I'll give you £100 for it." He said, "Yeah, okay, fair enough." I said to him, I said, "Have you got the logbook?" He said, "Well, is that part of the deal?" I said, "Well, yeah, really." I said, "But," he said, "Well," he said, I let someone have it." He said, "At the show, they wanted a memento light of a."
Right.
Because it was a Lotus logbook.
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought, oh, you know. So anyway, got the car home. Didn't realise at the time, but he'd taken all the number plates off it as well. And if it hadn't been for the fact he left the tax disc in there, I wouldn't have known. So straight to the DVLA, got the logbook, and then it was great. So anyway, I thought, put it away, and must have been about 3-4 years later, it was just in a locker, decided to scrap it. And I thought, as we went into the vehicle, well, I don't know, there's something about this car, it's not quite right. Then when we took the seats out and the carpets out, there was all the brackets for a split prop. Well, a split prop only ever went on a Lotus, never went on anything else. So I thought, that's strange. And so I lifted the bonnet and cleared all the leaves off from underneath the bonnet, and there was the hole for the cable accelerator. So I thought, hold on a minute. Well, that's it. Push
and
it
again,
back.
that's only something you get on a Lotus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I thought, right. So pushed it back in the garage. That's it. Come to a stop. So then got to find out about it, because the guy did say there's something about this car. Don't know what it is, but I was told there's something special about it. So of course, when we looked at it, obviously the body shell, it wasn't a 1600D body shell, it wasn't a Lotus body shell, because it was a 4-door. But the actual, so I thought, well, I have to make inquiries. And my mate had a book from the Lotus Cortina register, and it had a list of the vehicles that were like members, and one of them in there was the next registration to this, and it was down as a 4-door Lotus Cortina. So I thought, so I don't know. So anyway, we spoke to Scott Simpson, and he said, when I explained to him, he said, yeah, he said, sounds like you've got a rare piece of motoring history there.
Wow.
So I thought, well, right. So, but he said, I believe it's a police car, but not quite sure where. So I thought, well, look at the registration, that's a Cambridgeshire registration. So I did know more. I thought, well, right, what I'll do, I'll ring Cambridgeshire Police. So I spoke to them. I said, they put me through to to John Robinson, who was like the head of the garage.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him, and he said, oh, I don't know. I said, I think 588 is supposed to be a police car, so which obviously will be one of yours, because I said it's for Cambridgeshire Police, both of them.
Yeah.
So he said, well, leave it with me, he said, because all the retired policemen, he said, they're the ones that know, and they've got the records. So I said, okay, fair enough. So anyway, about a month passed, he come back, he said, yeah, definitely one of ours. He sent me the bill of sale, where it was bought, and also when they auctioned it off after 3 years.
Wow, so you got yourself a police car?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Jim, you've gone back and got all the actual police decals all around the car, which is really, really nice. Yeah. Tell us about this, because this is really interesting, this design here.
Yeah, this one here, because I saw it, I had a previous picture of a Mark IV Zodiac that they also had. Right. And I saw that this decal was on their door.
Okay.
So I spoke to John Robinson. I said, that decal, I said, have you got anything, you know, is that the right one? He said, oh yeah, it's definitely the right one. So I said, oh, so have you got a picture? He said, well, hold on a minute. He said, well, actually, he said, they're doing a refurb in our canteen. He said, and there's a big wooden, like, Mid-Anglia sign above the counter.
Yeah.
So he did no more. He got the police photographer down there, took a photo of it, and then sent me that for me to sort of get copied.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was so helpful.
Yeah.
So helpful.
Yeah, and it looks really effective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's great how
yeah.
you've gone back and got all the original bits and pieces,
Yeah.
which is good, including a light for the roof.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few anoraks out there, so it's not the right one, but, you know.
It's not the original.
No. No.
Okay, Jim, we're at the back of the car now, and there's a few things about the Mark II that was different, isn't there, from the Mark I? There's the black grille at the front.
Yeah.
And the badging at the back, that used to have the Cortina Lotus on the back, didn't it? That got changed?
Used to have a small one, yeah.
Yeah, changed to the twin cam.
Yeah, because when Ford decided to do the Lotus,
yeah,
it was then not a Lotus Cortina, but a Cortina Lotus. So they didn't put the Lotus on it, just put it classed as a twin cam.
Right, and because you used to work at Ford's, didn't you?
Yeah.
You worked on these, the Mark I's?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Right.
I finished off, well, I got to the end, as I got there, the end of the Mark I was coming off, and
Right.
then the Mark II came in. So I was working on the Mark II till 69.
Right, so that started in 66,
Yeah.
and this is a 1970,
70,
so
yeah.
you wouldn't have actually worked on your own car?
No, I didn't put anything on this one, though.
Right, okay. Now in the window there, you've got not in service. You
Yeah.
have to have that, why?
Because when you're on the road, I mean, sometimes police see it and they think, oh, you know, someone's trying to impersonate a policeman. But I mean, you know, they don't realise, when they see the age of the vehicle, they realise. But
Yeah.
it's better to put it up there because you're not trying to impersonate anybody.
No.
You know, you've got a historic vehicle basically.
And has the police ever come over and been interested in looking around the car?
Oh yeah.
Do you have that?
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah. It shows.
Okay.
Yeah, they some way their picture taken with it and all that sort of stuff. And,
Yeah.
And they also want to know the history of it as well.
Yeah,
Which is
and
interesting.
you're the other one of these, the second one.
Aussie.
You know the owner.
Yeah.
His name is?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne,
It's
that's his
Stephen
name.
Osbourne, but he called him Ozzy.
Yeah, okay. And apparently he has been stopped by the police, is that right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
He's been stopped a couple of times. Yeah. But you know, he said obviously no problem because once they realise, oh yeah, you know, they're all right with it.
Yeah. Right, Jim, we're looking at the engine bay here. It's very impressive, very clean.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Now, going back to what you were saying earlier, because obviously when you bought the car, it didn't have the Lotus engine,
No.
so you had to get a Lotus engine. How did you do that?
Yeah, well, at the time there weren't that many Lotus engines being sold as a lump, like
Yeah.
one piece. So I did no more. I bought another two-door Lotus as a
You
donor
had to get
vehicle.
another car, right?
Yeah, so I
okay.
bought another one and removed all the bits that I'd lost off of this one that I'd sold on. So then that way.
Oh, so hang on. So when you got the first one, you end up removing all the stuff that you needed.
Well, yeah, because I
you
didn't know
realise?
what it was.
No, you didn't realise it was a Lotus.
Yeah, so
oh man, no!
I
what
sold
does that-
loads of stuff on eBay, and then,
Okay.
because then got the
Bought it all
donor
back in.
vehicle, just purely and simply to get it all back.
Yeah.
And you know, once I'd done that, then someone made me an offer on the shell, so I sold the shell and all what was left in it to sort of, well, you know, which I had to do really. I mean, it was a genuine vehicle, genuine
Yeah.
Lotus,
Yeah.
and I know it's still in existence, so
Yeah.
I know it's out there still.
What can you tell us about the Lotus engine, though? What's so good about it? Do you think? In your mind?
Well, you have to drive them. You know, you can't do slow stuff in it. It wants
Right.
to go all the time.
It wants to
and
go.
it's,
Yeah.
It's one of them engines, you know. I mean, the wife hates it. She hates it. She hates the sound of it. You know?
Okay.
But you know, I quite like it. Which always, you know, because it does roar a bit. But
Yeah.
even with the side, like the airbox and all that on it, it does still roar.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do like to be driven. You
Right.
know, they're not for pussyfooting around.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
No, I quite like it. You know, if you want a bit of power, it's there. You know, it really
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not as refined as the Crossflow.
Okay.
Not as refined.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, any chance we can have a little spin it then?
Yeah, why not?
Right. Let's
Yeah.
go. Okay, Jim, so we're inside the car and it's lovely inside just as it is on the outside, and this dash had to be refurbished. Tell us what you did with that.
Yeah, well, the original one had a crack in it, so I mean, you can get them recovered to a certain extent, but I thought, you know, the way I was doing the car, it had to be done really properly, exactly how I wanted it.
Yeah.
So I saw on YouTube there was a company called Just Dashes, and they're in California.
Okay.
And what they do, they remove every bit of the original dash, use the original frame, and they build it all up as like new, but also with all the latest materials, like the latest foams, and also the outer skin is vacuumed in as it was originally.
Yeah.
So you get it exactly as it should be.
Wow. Yeah, it looks, very impressive. And the dials here, the gauges, they're originally on the Mark 1s on the top. They've been incorporated this time, haven't they?
Yeah, oh yeah, they dropped them down, yeah. And, there's two schools of thought. I mean, I like both. A lot of people like it, some people
I think they
don't.
are nice on the dash, give that sporty feel, but yeah, they are good. And the steering wheel's really nice, isn't it? I didn't realise that. That looks good. That's the original, is it? How it would have looked?
Yeah, these originally came out on the 1600E, but you could order one, if you wanted it.
And also the green stripes on the Lotus, because on the Mark II they removed the stripes, didn't they? They take that away.
Yeah, because then you could have any colour you wanted as well.
Oh, okay.
So whatever colour range they did, you could have. But the actual, if you wanted a white one with a green stripe, the green stripe was done in the dealers.
Oh, so that was an extra. You had to pay for that to have the green stripe stuck back on. Okay, which you haven't got to worry about because you've got the famous police one, so you're all right.
That's right, yeah.
Which is good, yeah. Now you're a member of the Cortinas Club. In fact, you're the chairman. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I've been in the club since 1979.
Right.
It was originally formed in 77. So actually, it's our 45th anniversary this year.
Okay.
And I was always involved with the South East branch, and a few years back I sort of became chairman of the whole club.
Brilliant.
But
And can you tell people at home, because there might be people with Cortinas got them but not sure about joining a club, give us the benefits of joining your club, for example, which would be great.
One of the main benefits is parts.
Yeah.
I mean, we do a quarterly magazine which keeps everyone informed what's going on.
Yeah.
But parts, on the parts side of it, I'd say we've got stock for all the Cortinas in excess of 200,000.
Right.
So for a little club like us, our parts scheme is massive.
Yeah. So if you've got a Cortina, it's well worth joining the club. Definitely, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, which is great.
I mean, even down to the nuts and bolts. I mean, they're all like the original type of bolts, or just you can just replace all your old bolts, put all new ones in.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll put all the links in the page. You can check out all the links to all of the refurbing that's gone on here, the company that Jim used, and including, of course, his actual club, which is amazing. We can get that in there advertised as well, which is brilliant. Okay, Jim, this is what the car looked like when you picked it up, is that right?
Yes, yeah, that's how I first saw it.
With the green stripes?
With the green stripe, yeah.
Yeah, and did you little know at that point that you had a Lotus on your hands?
No.
And a police car as well?
No, didn't know anything. I just thought, someone's trying... Plus all the Lotus stuff inside it.
Yeah.
And with the green stripe, I thought, someone's trying to make a Lotus out of
that.
that.
Oh, how weird that you thought that as well.
Yeah.
How strange. Shall we look at some of your best shots?
Yeah,
Have a look what we got.
Yeah. That's it when I first started to strip it down.
Yeah. 87.
Last time it was taxed, 87.
Yeah, 87.
My mate Gary Stewart McRae.
Okay.
Who was a fellow Ford man.
Right.
And he was a prototype painter.
Okay.
And he's brilliant. Absolutely.
Plenty of plastic in your garage.
Everything was covered over, trying to and make it into like a paint shop, really.
Yeah.
That's when it was in Aldridge trimmings. You see, it was in Aldridge.
Yep.
That's Aldridge when it went up.
Yep.
And it was in there, and they put all the seats, front screens, back screen, new headlining, recovered all the seats. That's me taking it away from Aldridge.
Well, that was a nice moment, wasn't it, when you first got it?
Yeah, and that's when I got my engine. I was fitting the engine up. That's the boot area. Once I was fitting that up.
Oh, I like that one.
See? Now that's, that's that Mark IV Zodiac I was telling you about. With the badge.
And there it is.
There it is.
Police incident.
Yeah.
And you need a police incident sign, really, don't you? To put outside it.
Yeah, well, when you see, if you look at that one, that's a Cortina they had.
Yeah.
And look how it is at the back. And you'll see in a minute why. That's all in the back of that car.
Oh my goodness, right, okay.
And that is the one I was telling you about, OEB 580H.
Right.
Those two policemen.
Yeah.
That was the sent down to me by John Robinson, and that proved like it was a 4-door.
Right.
And also these 2 policemen, both alive, and actually that one has driven Aussies again.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
Yeah.
Now tell us about the story at the NEC.
The NEC, oh yeah. Well, that's my first time out, and I put it on the NEC. Great privilege for me to have my car there. And we've been there from the Friday, Saturday, and on the Sunday, I was standing there, and people coming up and you're talking to them. And I spoke to him. I said, "Oh yeah, can I help you?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Funny," he said, "I was just walking along here with my friend." He said, and he sent me, he said, "Not really much for us here." He said, he said, then all of a sudden he stopped dead. So he said, "What's the matter?" He said, "I don't believe it." He said, "What?" He said, "I used to drive that."
Wow.
And he come in, I've got pictures of him sitting in it, and he couldn't believe it.
So the original driver.
The original
Fantastic.
driver. Yeah.
And this picture here is the Ace Cafe meet.
Yeah,
with you and the original car it's with?
First time since 73, those two.
Wow.
So that's OAB 580H,
Yeah.
OAB 579H. That's the first time they've been together since 73.
Wow.
Amazing.
What a story.
Yeah.
And it's been an amazing story. Thank you very much, Jim. It's been really great meeting you.
My pleasure.
Okay, it's been a really good story, and I
been
hope
really
you've all
great.
enjoyed it too. So join us next time down at the Barns, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.